the Low and Boosted podcast. Hit follow on every platform, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, Low and Boosted. Like, comment, subscribe, and...
At the starting of the week, at Summit Talks, you'll hear them speak. It's only Monday.
I love you, overlooked and unappreciated. You see, you can reciprocate. I got delicious taste you need. Boing, 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 boing.
Podcast. We are here at the Lehigh Valley Auto Show, and here our show. I'm here with Jeremy. Jeremy, how are you doing today? Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, guys, it's a little loud. Got the DJ going on. Lots of noise in the background. First time I've done this on the show, so we are guinea pigs right now. But that's okay. We're gonna have fun. Let's get into it. What do you like? What got you into the car scene? What motivated you to do what you do?
So, start from the beginning. What got me into the car scene? I grew up around my uncle's repair shop. Always around cars. He's a little car guy. He loves cars. But I've turned to appreciate Subarus. It's a sickness. Once you get back to Subarus, it's hard not to like them. And just, I love the community, the people aspect, people to meet. It's a fun time, It's always a good time. Love to see all the bills, how people take the car and make it their own, that's the fun. It's the people, the cars, really everything is happening.
You said it. The simplest way to get a car and the cars. It doesn't get easy. Now we're going to get to your car and we're going to do a little walk around on it. Where you started, where it is today, the video that we have on that introduced you. So kind of a little transformation of where your car was to where it is today, which is pretty big.
Barely hear you.
Barely hear us? Stop. So you know what we're going to do is we'll take these mics over. Do you hear the music over us? A little bit. Really? Maybe the mic not catching us too good? Yeah, maybe we're talking to it forward.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, let me know. And guys, the music making it very hard to hear. Yeah, it is. I can hear it. I'm kind of stuck doing it. Maybe my noise is that is on. hear that over us? I have another microphone. That's a little bit better. Let me go back. Let's try this again. If this ain't any better, I'm just gonna switch up and go to my hospital. But these strips you can't take that out. I don't know why they're not. But we'll just roll this back to the way. How does it sound? Is it better?
Better, it's like 50-50. You can hear that.
You're going to hear that. There's no way kids are going to
You can hear the best.
Okay, all right, perfect. So, guys, thank you. It's the first time doing this for our show. We do also have noise. It is what it is. But yeah, so you mentioned people are stressing about noise. How long have you been in the car scene?
So I've been in the car scene officially since 2019 when I bought this car that we're looking at. I've been around the car scene much longer than that. Like I really since childhood, going to Field of Country and other local car shows and Uncle and Fifth. And so I've been around it for my whole life, but in a more official sense since 2019 officially.
Okay. Are you part of any clubs and groups, anything like that?
Several here with Black Glass today. We're partly putting the show on today, and also involved with Street Life in Lehigh Valley, and also several two groups including Legal Associates and some other
Okay, so you got your hands full. You're a little bit of everything. Today you're here with Black Glass, which is all the cars in front of us that we'll show later. They're pretty much like the sponsor club of the event. What got you into these guys? What made you go and be with them?
So, a couple of things. I saw the event, saw many events, saw nice cars look and, good bunch of people. And, I'm all about community when it comes to the car, the car scene, outreach, community, all that kind of stuff. Anything I can extend my reach and, get the good side of the car scene out there because we all know, we can't have a conversation without saying Gatlinburg anymore. It's like it used to be H2O. And, I like to put the good out there, especially being a tuner car guy. Tuner cars get a reputation, and, I just like to get out there and get out with everybody. And as far as Black Glass, Chris did some shows, of course, you and I know each other, and, like I said, it's a lot of good people and opportunity to, get involved with some good people. So that's what brought me down to Black Glass.
Okay, they're great people, Black Glass. Anybody doesn't know, local detailing, in shop. They do everything from pinch, BPF, full detailing. You name it, they do it. Go check them out. Blackglass.com. I believe, or just go on social media and look up Black Labs. You will find them. You'll find them on my page. You do a lot of shows, and when I say a lot of shows, when season kicks in, you're pretty much at 1-2 shows every week.
Yep, a lot. A lot's probably an understatement. I always say if it's a Saturday or a Sunday, I'm at a car show. And odds are sometimes on a weekend.
That is dedication. In the car scene, what would you say is, besides the people in the cars, what's the best part about the car scene?
The best part of it is also another best part of it is all the diversity you see in the builds. I like to feel like a lot of people really make the car an extension of themselves. Mine certainly is. It's very much personalized to me, and that's what's really cool about it is you see all the different ways. There's plenty of Subaru STIs out there, VA bodies, and I don't think you'll ever see two that look exactly the same. I love to see the classics, cars that I wasn't even alive when these cars were on the road, and to see when they're restored to the way they look when they rolled off the showroom, it's so cool. Or to see how somebody will take it and like over at Maple Grove and Bernie's this year, dude's got a blower that's 4 feet out of the hood, that is just crazy to see, like the cool stuff you can do with the old muscle cars and, how somebody will take a truck and do something really cool with it. It's just really neat to see. As I always say, I love everything with wheels, and it's just really cool to see all the different things that people do. And I always like to any show. I'm stuck between 3 or 4 shows. If I have the opportunity where I can do one that benefits some kind of a good cause, a firehouse, a charity, something like that, I'm all about it. Like that to me is the best thing we can do in the car scene is bring the outreach, to good causes.
Get back.
Yeah,
Get
exactly.
back, for sure. So, like you said, cars are an extension of who we love. So it's like going to an art show. So instead of going into an art gallery and looking at pictures, you go to shows and you look at cars. That is what we call an art show. Now, there's always bad in everything, right? Try not to highlight the bad, but if we don't talk about the bad and put the voice on it, the eyes on it, we never correct anything. What do you think is the worst part about the car community right now that needs to be fixed or that can be fixed?
Well, I agree with you, Rich. Like, it is true. I try to focus on always on the positive too, but you're absolutely right. And that's something I really enjoy about the podcast is, a lot of the conversations we're talking about how to make things better, how to have the gas and the H2Os and all those kind of things. And people will say I'm crazy, but along that line, I'm involved with Ocean City, Maryland. I know a lot of this officials, and my bucket list goal in this whole thing is to bring a tuner car show back to Ocean City, Maryland. So anybody watching, you heard me say it live. It might be 5 years, might be 10 years, but I do believe we can bring a tuner car show back to Ocean City, Maryland, and wipe out what H2O did. To have the officials feel that house, everybody. I'm about the fire department there, so I understand, what everybody went through and the chaos it caused. And the worst thing, honestly, kind of segue into that is not always the car owners, not always the drivers. It's people follow the event and they come and just do stupid stuff, and it looks as though it's part of the event when it's really not. It's just somebody shows up and decides to do a burnout or act stupid, or like famous thing from H2O, run across Coastal Highway in banana costume. A bunch of teenage kids being stupid, Kids are going to be kids, but the best thing that, or the worst thing I should say that, is going on with the car scene is kids for takeovers, which are doing burnouts, doing illegal stuff. You got shows like Burgers and Bernie's where they're giving you the outlet, go there legally, drag race, do a drift, burnouts, everything. They got the place for it. You go to track days at Pocono or wherever you might want to go. My goal with my car is to go up to Washington Sun and do the road course with it, what it's legal to do. No cop's going to give a shit because that's what it's there to do. And, it's that, and it's also, unfortunately, you have some people that just insist on bringing negativity and, drama into it. And if we can just keep bringing the light and just keep having the positive doing, we're going to drown that out. feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we can all get past this. Some of us can and move on and make a better scene. So I agree, you know, it's a lot of the takeover that it's all probably because of social media.
Oh, that's
Right? And then you're always going to have problems. Nothing anybody can do about that because not everybody agrees with their solution. The only thing I think we can do to fix that is ignore it, right? Don't be into it. Let it go, and hopefully you'll never hear about it. Social media, I don't know what to say. It's the biggest thing. There's no way, I don't think, to really get rid of social media at this point. Everybody's going to do whatever they want. So I really don't see how to fix it other than making sure events have proper security, right? They stop things happening at the moment they happen, right? Because if you let one go, another one's going to start another one.
exactly. It's like wildfire at a car show every time.
So I think that's the biggest way to fix it is stopping it before it happens. And I've been to plenty of car shows. I haven't seen much of it myself, right? I haven't seen a lot of any of that crazy stuff here in Pennsylvania.
We're lucky here. We don't have a bad takeover scene.
No, and we have a lot of meetings that go on. A lot of you don't hear nothing ever comes about like closer to the main city, like Philadelphia, New York City, Miami, any of the bigger cities where you, for some reason, it won't happen. You see it. Why? Because of the population, you know. But there's nothing we can do about it when it happens out there. But show people what the real question is, and that's the biggest way that we can help is continue to spotlight all this. I mean, it's great. Get the news outlets out here, which I'm pretty sure there's going to be a news outlet out here today. So that's going to show the positive side. Absolutely. Going into this season, you got the car we're going to show today. You also have another one. Are you going to bring that one out to show?
Yep. Yeah. So I'm a science nerd at heart, and that's why this is called radium, because of the radium green, and the new one is titanium because it's onyx pearl silver, Subaru's iconic, one of the iconic colors, and we wanted to keep it, with an element name. So that's how that came about. Yep. Titanium will be out of shows occasionally too.
I like the play on the two names. Are you doing anything more to this one before we show it?
Yes. So a lot more plans to come. When we talk about the engine bay, I'll get into a little bit of a sneak peek on the plans with that. Vinyl scheme is getting redone right now. Redoing everything, flexing it up, adding a few more. Really trying to bring out the rally car-esque effect of it. With all the sponsor decals and everything. I've thought about doing full library on it. People have said, "Oh, would you ever do it?" But I feel like it's a little bit cliche, and that's one thing I never want to be with my cars. Is I don't want to be cliche. I don't want to do what 5 other people do. That's one of my biggest things. Being unique.
Definitely. It's like I said, it's an extension of yourself, right? That's why we do it.
Absolutely.
So titanium, you're probably gonna do a bunch of stuff too. You just got it. So we won't even get into that. We won't let that all be drive.
Yep, exactly.
So we're gonna get up. I'm gonna switch cameras because there's a lot to talk about on here.
Oh, for sure.
Not a little bit. There's a lot.
For sure.
So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna switch over cameras. We're gonna get up, walk over there, get in front of it, and that's all about it. Switch cameras here. Get on here. Thanks, guys. Phone shut off, obviously. Of course, it's going to take a minute.
Just like cars, we're never going to get away from technical difficulties.
Right, here we go. Let's go ahead and get on there. All right, let me switch the camera around here. Figure this out. Mirror camera, no. I'll figure this out. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. I will get this. Here we go. All right, let's go. All right, guys. We're gonna go here. We're gonna show you this car. As you can see, it's a Gradium. We'll get into
Might as well start where I have the most to talk about, and likewise, the most money is sitting in the car. So it's a fully built motor, 500 wheel horsepower to the wheels, fully built motor, MJL builder up in Pittston, PA. Best guy around. I know a lot of the Subaru scene is going to tell you how IAG is the best motor builder. Go see Mike here up in Pittston. He builds better motors than motor drives. He put the short block together for me. I did all the assembly above there. You got full titanium piping on the intercooler. The intercooler is customized. The 85 converted, so it's got 1,700 injectors. Got the full TGV delete going on. A lot of custom paintwork. My interface caps are one of my favorite features on the whole car because they are one of 10 sets that Bulletworks put out for the VA, WMX, and STI, and they were only 10 sets ever made, only ever going to be made. So it's a really cool rare feature to have. Ready BOV. A lot of the Subaru guys are going to say HKS. Again, A, I like to be different. B, I like the sound of the Gretty. You know, it's a different setup. We got some carbon under the hood. The ancillary hose, that's all custom silicone hose. Mikimoto green mat hose. A lot of customizations on the motor. My biggest thing is kind of a running joke, but you can eat off my engine, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's got to be clean. Also on the front, while we're up here in the front, Rich, you got the green theme goes all the way through. Kind of a combination of green, carbon, and titanium is the theme that rolls throughout the car.
Okay.
One of my other favorite features, got the conversation piece, the Evo killer plate. A friend of mine has an Evo, and her and I have a lot of fun with that. And also got the carbon lip that just went on this season. Just went to a carbon scoop for this season. Trying to bring my carbon throughout the car as I figure out good places to put it. Carbon fuse box cover, and one of my little subtle parts of the radium theme, I have the block from the periodic table that actually is radium. Eventually, the plans that are coming above my Instagram handle. I'm working on having an airbrush artist do a theme under the hood that I'll leave me a little bit of an Instagram surprise, but it's going to be themed around. If anybody's familiar with the radium clocks that people used to have, there were young ladies used to paint those by hand, and they called them the radium girls, and they actually all died from the paint because of the radioactive paint. And so around the theme of the radium girls is going to be sort of like a sci-fi sort of thing going on with that.
So that's going to be pretty cool. You did this meticulously, right? Everything you did, you thought about it.
Yes. Oh yeah. Every customization on it is thought out. My uncle and I work on it together on weekends. He has given me a lot of good input, and it's sometimes. I have a garage full of parts. Sometimes things don't work out the way I was hoping. I get it. It looks like crap. It comes off, and somebody on Marketplace gets a good deal. I either keep it or get rid of it.
Definitely.
Now with titanium, he's going to get some of the stuff that comes up to this point, but see as it goes. Also, presently, I'm on mainspring upgrade. 50-50 on the island. You might get $6,000 for the HKS or something like that. Maybe I'm thinking about it. We'll see how that goes. I'll even write down, the write down to all the hardware is dress up folds, which anybody interested, no matter what kind of car you have, you can pick them up online. It's
Okay.
a really nice product. A lot of the other stuff is prepared for the dress up store. Once it's installed, the gas, all the piping, everything, all the piping is custom made. Second plan is coming. Probably this month, we're going to have Mike do a different motor, a little bit heavier, not like overbuild everything. And that one's going to get a rotated turbo, a 6466 rotated, is going to go on, and then she'll push about 750.
Okay.
We do have a 6.5 foot oil pan on it also, because anybody with a Subaru, we all know oil consumption and oil starvation is worse than the connector to a Subaru. And so, one with the big oil pan, lightweight crank pulleys from Grip Speed on the front there. It's an E85 conversion. You know, pretty much anything that I find I think looks cool as far as the engine bay goes. I set out to really have the engine bay be as unique as it possibly could be. We used to have right here in the Lehigh Valley a company called Racestang. They don't make a lot of stuff anymore. My tow hook, and also when we get to the interior, my shift knob is a very limited edition. Great thing put out. They make a really nice product. Unfortunately, they're still in the car scene, but they don't make as many products that they used to. So this stuff is kind of hard to come by now. So some of the unique things like that, I'm glad I was able to come across them, when this was available.
No, for sure. Now let's go to the inside. Do you want to go to that side?
Right over here with you, Rich. Got my riding buddy Bones. He always hangs out with me at all the car shows. Everybody loves Bones. He's the conversation starter at a lot of shows. Everybody asks about him, and they always like kids like to pet him and stuff. And it's a lot of fun. That's one of the things that I love about the car scene is like him. I'm very much like having fun. Mildly immature kind of guy, and I love having conversation with people about my skeleton dog and fun stuff like that. So the green theme is coming along with the interior here. Got the ancillary knob covers. Got the shift knob. I'm sorry, the e-brake is also green with blue, same theme. Have a shift boot, an Alcantara shift e-brake boot that's going to match the shift boot with the green stitching eventually when I get everything figured out with it. The shift knob that's the Racing limited edition knob that I was able to come across. One of my plans coming up, the Recaros, which were factory in the limited, I'm gonna get those restitched to the green stitching. So
Okay, that'll look sharp.
I think
Yeah,
give it a little color pop. The blue harnesses, they're fully set up. They're SEMA harnesses, so
okay.
I can actually take these on the track and use them. Let's see, usual, the access port, all that good stuff. Got the green theme going on here. Probably gonna do a forged carbon steering wheel at some point. So that's gonna be one of the carbon upgrades to come about.
Okay, you can get the blue in it with the sprite. You get the stitching.
Yep, that's what I'm planning on. Yeah, it's probably the blue flake, kind of like same as my hood rods. Same kind of deal. Around the outside, there's also the hard carbon. Keep the carbon theme going throughout. Also, for this season, I changed my roof splitter from just a regular OEM plastic one to a full hard carbon wing support, the trunk trim, and also new for this season is we badged everything to follow the green. The exhaust is also that's titanium. Got the custom burn through too. The trims actually are one of the JDM features that I have on the car. I missed mentioning it, but uniquely my fog lights are actually JDM fog lights. They're a little bit harder to come by. And the tail lights are from a division of Superspeed, who everybody knows in the Subaru community. One of their sister companies, and these are JDM tail lights that actually have hard carbon inside them. They're rare to come by feature. My white wheels are kind of my signature thing. Yes, I spend a lot of time cleaning my wheels. And I have the titanium continues down there with the titanium lug nut as part of the customization. Another thing that everybody knows me for is my vinyl. And one of the things I enjoy. Kind of right now, it's in redo stages, getting a lot of it redone. So unfortunately, with the winter and design needs and everything else, not quite there yet, but it's coming along. On the side, Rich, if you take a look there, you'll see my vectors, and you'll probably know if you see anything radioactive, like in a hospital or nuclear power plant.
Yep.
That's the universal symbol for radiation, so that's why that's on there. And it's kind of fun because I've had people ask me already at car shows. One time, I actually had a guy come over and like kind of whisper in my ear, like, "Is there really radiation in this car?" I'm like, "No, no, just a theme." But
No, it's not
makes
really
for
radiation.
makes for a fun conversation thing. And like I said, I've always, ever since school, I've always been a science nerd. So
For
kind of
sure.
where the theme came about. I love the color, and it's working about green emblem on the back also. Always more things to come. Always looking for more carbon. Always looking for things to, as carbon goes. And, basically for me, it's whatever looks good. If it looks cool, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not, I don't always have a specific plan. I guess you could say. It evolves as I go.
That's it. That's how it always is.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and sit back down. We'll get back into the conversation. Guys, I'm going to get off of this camera real quick. And, get back on the other one. Give me 1 second.
All right, guys, we're back. Good to see cars. Got a lot of money into that car, and just the pipes alone. I wouldn't want to know anything. But I looked at them and I was like, "There's no way I'm spending money on this."
ETS, I highly recommend, especially in the tuner world. ETS makes great stuff. I mean, my opinion is, and I don't knock anybody for it. People getting into the car scene, you gotta go on Amazon and buy stuff to get your car on the road. Do it. I'll support you 100%. But if you have the money or you can put the money aside, go for the good stuff. It's gonna pay in the long run. ETS got builds everything, especially the used car. You're gonna wait a couple weeks to get it, but you're gonna get a really high quality product. And it's a little costly, but it's gonna be worth it in the long run.
No, definitely. I agree. Get what you can afford if you want to do something to make your car look a little different, right? Not everybody wants to wait until they have the money. They want to do stuff to their car. So get what you can afford. Eventually, when you can afford something better or what you really wanted, go get it. We live in a world today that we all want it now. So I don't frown on nobody going on Amazon. You're going to go on Amazon and get something to make your car look better, run better, whatever it is. Go for it because you're doing it because you love the car, you love the car security, you love modifying the car. You're doing it because you love it. Put somebody down for doing something they love, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I saw, and I enjoy. I love the haters. I love to read their comments. I have people say plenty of things about. My build is very crazy. It's very out there. The vinyl and everything else. And that's what it's about. I had a comment on Instagram one time. They asked if Ronald McDonald designed my car. And I said, no, actually, it's the handbook.
There we go.
And, I had another funny one, I was at a car show with a lot of classics. So it was an older crowd mostly. And the two judges come up and check out my car, and they're kind of like, kind of scratching my eyebrow a little bit. And one on front, it goes, you get pulled over a lot, kid. Yeah, not really. And they kind of mumbled each other a little bit as they were walking away. One said, that must be a cop.
Yeah.
Wouldn't say that bad, but it was definitely a funny conversation. I would like to hear what people have to say. Get better.
You gotta get a laugh.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with it as long as we're not saying anything racist, whatever.
That's what I said. I mean, the cool thing is, I just talked about, the scene itself. One of the things last year really made my day, and like reminded me of why I do this. An older guy came up to me and like asking a lot of questions, like, hey, how is this? How do you do this? How do you do that? And like really taking an interest. And he was like very apologetic. Like, oh, I don't mean to bother him. Like, no, I'm like, I love to talk to people. That's why I do this. And probably half an hour into the conversation, he literally like stopped me in my tracks. He goes, I have an STI just like this that I'm building. I'm finishing my son's build. He passed away. And he went on to tell me a story. His son had a bad situation in a relationship and actually committed suicide. And so that's finishing the car in his house. And I was like, just a casual conversation turned into like, that kind of really, yeah, exactly. A little later on, he stopped back over and spoke to his wife, and they both thanked me, for chatting about the car. And I sort of say, gave my number. I said, call me anytime, you have a question, you want to know how to do anything, like, look me up, I'm all about it. And,
That's the best part.
Absolutely, really is. We all, at the end of the day, I always say, we all have things we're going through, and sometimes something like the car scene, like some people will say, the raise an eyebrow, like, well, if you go to a car show every Sunday, I guess you don't go to church. And I kind of like to say I do go to church in a way. Because my church is, it's a car show, it's fellowship, it's what it's about. And, that's how I look at it. And, we all know, without getting too deep into that, we all know that the world's a volatile place right now. And at the end of the day, my thing is, cars are a common denominator. I don't care what your politics are. It doesn't matter who you voted for. It doesn't matter what you do when you go home. Whether who you love, who you live, whatever else. We all have one common ground. It's cars. And that's something that can bring us all together. And for the most part, I feel like it does. And that's one of the things I really enjoy because I have friends from every possible walk of life, every ethnicity, and that's what I'm about. And that's what's cool about the car scene is it brings us all together.
No, for sure. Now we got the first show going on today. Talk about the car, why you're in the scene, the good, the bad. Is there anything you want to talk about before we get off here? To go enjoy this show because, it's starting to get nice out here. The weather's turning around. Great cars. Anything you want to say about it?
Well, I would say, definitely more plans for the cars, more to come. Definitely check me out on Instagram, Subi_19. Most everything I do is always on Instagram. I'm very much, how far will travel. The cool collage you put together kind of shows that, there's pictures from Lake Navigation, there's pictures from the Graffiti Highway, you name it, there. I go all over. I go to Jersey, Maryland, Connecticut, all over the place. And, that's what's fun about it. It's as much an adventure as it is a hobby.
And your peace, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it brings you peace.
It really does,
right?
yeah.
It gets you away from all the bullshit in the world.
Yep.
It gives you the peace.
It really does. Absolutely, yeah. It's the best. In my opinion, all the money you can spend on therapy, you can spend on car parts because that's therapy there is.
I love it.
That's what I say. And yeah, that's the best I'd say. You know, definitely some other projects in the works for this year, car and the car scene in general. You know, got some things up the sleeve, but you know, more to come with that.
Yeah, you guys heard him. Follow him on Instagram. What's that Instagram again?
It's super_Subi_19.
So guys, go check him out. Stay tuned for, like he said, he's got things coming. We're gonna go ahead and enjoy this car show. Let's make this season great. If you're hanging on to any negativity, anything that's happened or going on, drop it, leave it alone, move forward. Let's all have a great time and make this community the best it can be and enjoying the cars and the people. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Y'all have a good day.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. Fort Minor.
I love you overlooked and unappreciated. You see, you can reciprocate. I got delicious taste you need.
At the starting of the week, at Summit Talks, you'll hear them speak. It's only Monday.